So it's on newsletters. One of my partners has been an attorney for about 40 years, and he pretty meticulously keeps 3x5 cards with everybody's name and address. And so the question is, how far you go back and adding these people to your newsletters? I understand some of the addresses may be stale, and we would do a sheet mailing first to just kind of confirm addresses. But, I mean, do you include everybody that's ever been a client? I mean, do you say 10 years back is good? I really don't know where to start or end on how many people to send to that are past clients.
Yeah, it's a great question. So sort of the common number or the philosophy you'll hear out there is that for every month that you're not communicating with someone that you think actually knows you, you're losing the interest of 10% of them. So, 10 years ago, your partner did a great job for somebody in whatever his field is. If there has been no relationship at all for 10 years, it probably would be about as effective as just cold mailing to a brand new list of people that are, that live near the office. So I would, if I'm creating that database and I'm looking through the 3x5 cards, I think you spend more time, energy, and money, going back very carefully from, last month's card, working backwards, rather than saying, hey, let's dump all of these names into a pot, even just to do a test mailing of a small price to, quote, clean the list. There's other ways to clean a list, too. But, again, once you get certainly past 6 months of no contact, that relationship is almost the same as a cold relationship.
Okay, well, great. That certainly makes getting the newsletter going cheaper.
Yes. Well, look, so here's another thing. So get the newsletter going, and when you send it, get some unique phone numbers, some unique tracking phone numbers. What is calltrackingmetrics.com is a resource that we use, really cheap. And then if you're going to mention a URL or something in the newsletter, go to GoDaddy and get some unique URLs there. We then use Infusionsoft, which is our marketing database, to take a new URL we have and we run it through Infusionsoft's referral apparatus so that we know that if somebody sees our newsletter and calls from the newsletter, we know it came from the newsletter. If they see our newsletter and go and see some sort of an offer or something in there and go through a URL, we know they came from the newsletter. So I think as long as you're kind of starting up or rethinking the newsletter thing, spend some time and energy thinking about how we will make it interesting and thinking about how we will track. Because a lot of folks will say, I tried a newsletter and it didn't work. Okay, well, send me your newsletter and let me look at it. Okay, A, it's usually boring. But B, it's got the same phone numbers for the main office number. It's got the same website URL for the main website. And I say, how would you know? Oh, well, we ask. Well, that's okay. But doing it my way, which is unique tracking numbers, unique URLs, and using Infusionsoft, that gives you 100% accuracy, actually. So I applaud you for thinking about this. And rather than now go dump a whole bunch of names into it just because you have them, let's spend that time thinking about how I can get the most money out of my newsletter by being interesting and by tracking everything that we get from it. That's what I would do.
Okay, great. We have Infusionsoft and we have tracking numbers, so that'll be easy to do. I appreciate the answer.
Yeah, good. And thank you for calling in.